This is Duke University.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you could all please rise. I present to you the graduates of the class of 2012. Could everyone please be seated? Welcome to all on this special day of celebration. I'd like to call attention to some different groups, starting with our PhD graduates, those small in numbers, strong in spirit. Our daytime MBA graduates, strong in both numbers and spirit. All of the wonderful friends and family here with us today, and we couldn't be here without you in terms of all the support that you've provided for the graduates. To our faculty who have helped co-create with you a transformational experience, as well as the staff who have been incredibly important in terms of the experience that all of you have had at Fuqua. And so I welcome you to, again, a day of celebration. And to get us started, I'd like to introduce to you Fallon Upe and Mark Stern, your MBA President and Vice President.
My goodness, class of 2012, graduation looks very good on you. Today is a really, really, really big deal. I am so excited and so proud. Mark is also incredibly excited and incredibly proud to have been a part of this class and to have been chosen to be leaders of this class. Today, I hope that there are two things that you'll remember. And I hope that it's that you'll remember who you are and that you remember who we are. 2 years ago, 440 people came from around the world, from various sectors, from finance to education, medicine, and more. And we started on this thing that they called orientation. And we got here, and over the 3 days, what became clear was this: the 440 became one, and that one was Team Fuqua. And we knew that I am Fuqua, you are Fuqua, we are Fuqua meant so much, but we had no idea what was in store. And then school started. We started with GIE and Leo, and as we learned about the organization of different companies and things that we should know, we started also taking these multiple choice tests written by someone named Jennifer Francis, and more affectionately known as J. Fran. And some of the answers were A through H. And all you wanted to do was be able to change the question stem, because maybe if you could change one word, you could actually answer it. But it was a phenomenal experience. And Fall 1 began, and we met our ILE teams. I was on a team of 7. And that was an experience too. And we started the core. And then we got fall break, which wasn't a break, because we came back for Fall 2 and they said, oh yeah, it's time to start looking for a job. And we were like, oh no, we're still in the core. How can we do this? But we did. I want you to remember the you that walked through those doors and walked into Janine on day 1. You came with purpose, and you came with passion. You knew that you were here for a reason. There was something you were excited about, and a reason you chose Fuqua, and a reason that Liz and her team made sure that Fuqua chose you. There's a goal that you had, and you were driven towards that goal. And whether you wanted to make a complete change and do something completely different than you had done before, or you wanted to come, learn a lot, get some great skills, and go back to the same industry, you wanted to grow. You wanted to be a different person by the end of the experience. And you had to get uncomfortable. You had to get feedback from your teammates. Sometimes you didn't do well on an assignment, or you didn't quite crack the case, but that was fine. because that was the only way that you were going to grow. And if it was all easy, and if it only took 2 seconds, you wouldn't stretch yourself. You took leaps and jumps. You traveled around the world many, many times with great friends on gates and doing GCPs. And you went for the extraordinary. You followed different interests, and you realized that at one of the most diverse business schools in the world, you found more similarities than differences. But life didn't stop. Really, really great things happened. Some of our classmates got engaged and married. Some of our classmates started families, or they expanded families. But everyone was trying to figure out how to balance this new life at Fuqua, keeping up with friends and family and everything else that was so important to you before you started. Remember you. Remember who you are. And then there was the we. There's Team Fuqua. That's the brand. That's who we are. It's that we're leaders of consequence. It's that we're diverse with a global mindset. We work hard and we play hard. We bleed dark blue, which must be said. We're in Cameron right now, right? We're Cameron crazies, and it doesn't matter what day it is. We always believe that Duke is better than UNC. We take care of each other no matter what. That is who we are. We are confident with humility. We are brilliance without arrogance. And at this fine institution, they taught us how to think and not what to think. They taught us that management is about people. It's about helping others grow. It's about taking responsibility. And it's about trying to figure out and discern what is right and making the right decision, and knowing that what's right doesn't have to come from you, but you're going to figure out what it is. It's about examining and understanding what we believe and why. And it's so important because you will never sacrifice your ethics or your beliefs at any point down the line. It's about an exceptional leader who's a great team player, and it's about a person in the room who can listen to what's being said just as much as what's not being said. But because of management comm, you better believe that when it's our time to present, we're going to give one of the best and most compelling presentations you ever heard without any verbal fillers, and there will be no T-Rexing. It's about driving a company or organization's bottom line without sacrificing or forgetting our responsibility as global citizens. So what we do here is that we create people, and we are those people. And we're people that dare to rethink the boundaries, and we do the things no one has done before. And we ask why it's been done the same way, because just because isn't a good enough answer for us. We value the skills and the gifts we have, and we know how important it is to use them to enhance the world in which we live. Remember who we are. And so when I began, I said that there were 2 things. I said that if at all possible, to remember who you are and remember who we are. But there's one last thing. Remember what matters. Remember that the journey is much greater than the destination. As many of you know, as a dual degree student, I technically don't graduate with you today because I have 1 more year of med school left. But here's what I've been thinking about. I've wanted to be a doctor since I was 7. And I used to tell my mom that I wanted to be a doctor so that I could take care of babies and I wanted to make them feel better. But I didn't quite understand that that was a pediatrician, so I told her I wanted to be a doctor and a babysitter because I knew babysitters took care of kids. And what I know is this. One of my wonderful mentors in the med school looked at me and he said, make sure that you fill out the rest of the picture. Because in 1 second, and that second for you all is today, you're going to go from not having achieved what you wanted and worked so hard to do to achieving it. You can put the check by it. It's yours. And then the question is going to be, what else? So remember what matters. And for what I've heard from you in the past few days, and you all made me cry Thursday, you're not going to do it today, but you know what matters because it's in our DNA. It's part of who we are. And a lot of that, and the people that are in this room here for you today, and so much more. So remember that life doesn't stop. Don't forget to live. Remember who you are. Remember who we are. This is an incredible group of people, and I couldn't be more proud to call you my business school class. And at this point, I'm going to introduce Mark Stern, one of my best friends here at Fuqua and my partner in crime throughout my time here. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Fallon. Welcome to graduation. Over the last couple of weeks, we sent out a survey to the students to vote on their choice for class superlatives. And I thought that it would be a good idea with friends and family all here today to recognize those people, get everyone up to speed, and congratulate. So really to start from the top, I wanted to recognize the student who was selected to be most likely to be featured on an episode of Cops. And that student is... You know, the interesting thing about graduation is you go through 2 years not wanting to think about graduation at all. Literally, it is the last thought that you have on your mind. And as we approached graduation and as it became closer and closer, I think for a lot of students, you want nothing more than graduation to be over. What's interesting about the superlatives that we did, not only did we solicit answers for student superlatives, but we asked students to also talk about their experience as well. And one of the questions was, what is the greatest thing about Fuqua? And the answer was an overwhelming, the people. Truly, truly the people. And I can say from my experience day one, I have been in awe of each and every one of you. If I can give you one message and one key takeaway from today, it really comes down to 3 simple words. And those 3 words are own your story. Own your story. Be confident in your story. For when we started this process, we started it with an application in which we told our story. What qualified us to be part of this dynamic and incredible group of students was in fact our individual stories. And what's interesting is when you start the first year business school experience and you start meeting such incredible people, it's so easy to lose track of your own story because you are in awe of everyone else's story around you. For a lot of us, it was the first time that we opened a textbook in years. That is assuming that you did open a textbook over your time here. Or for a lot of us going through the recruitment process, it could be quite a deflating experience. And I know that there's times that you may take 2 steps back and ask yourself the question, why did I give up my job and a steady income to take 2 years off of working, accumulate loans, and incur debt? And at times feel as though I've just been punched in the face. And actually, in the case of one of my classmates, he did in fact get punched in the face by a professor for charity. But in all honesty, you know, the truth is, you know the answer to why you came here, and you belong here. We all belong here. And it's okay at times to lose sight of your story, but where it becomes dangerous is when you forget your story. So today I have 3 things. If you ever lose sight of who you are in your story, ask yourself these 3 questions. First and foremost, how did I get here today? Second, what is it that gets me out of bed in the morning? And third, what is it that makes me proud? And after you've answered those 3 questions, I personally have one more question that I'd like to ask you. And that is, what will you do with tomorrow? That is the question. The answer to that question is what I'm most looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you, because I know you all collectively will change the world. I could not be more humbled and more proud to have had the gift of these last 2 years with each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Congratulations, class of 2012. I will see you at the reception.
And at this time, the class voted for the Award of Innovation and Excellence in Teaching, an elective course. And we're going to present that award today. And before I name the person, I'd like to describe this person. This person has been described as incredibly dynamic. He teaches a difficult topic in a real-world and applicable manner. He's committed, and he's beloved by so many students. Everyone says his class is one you must take, but it's tough. The playlist that he has is very, very important, and it's different in every class. Most notably, he memorizes the student's name before even the first day of class, and he's a Fuqua Vision star. Last fall, he was named one of the 5 best business school professors by Bloomberg Business Week. And he was described in this article as saying, accounting is the spinach on the MBA menu of courses, fortifying but not tasty. DeColey, an Australian who briefly worked for KPMG before devoting himself full-time to academia, has apparently found a way to make it palatable. One way he endears himself to students is by memorizing their names and faces before class begins. He makes a point of attending many of the events and socials students invite him to with his family and children. Shane could teach you the history of the cotton ball, and you'd leave enthused about its potential, said former student Barb Blanton. He's inspiring. Anything I ever do in my life, I want to do it with the same vigor and commitment that Shane does his job. So please join me in congratulating the 4th-time winner, Shane Nicoli.
Thank you so much. Fallon, thank you very much for those kind words and this wonderful honor. Thank you to the students. I asked my children, actually, I said to them, I'm going to see a lot of MBA students tomorrow, and I want you to tell me what I should say to them when they leave. And my 11-year-old son said, tell them, beware of the death spiral. My 15-year-old daughter said, remind the students to tell their parents and families how they've added to the legendary culture here at Fuqua. And you guys have done this in so many ways. Fuqua Musical, the first time ever. Fuqua Idol was the best ever this year. Fuqua Vision, Fuqua Stop the Hunger, Fuqua MBA Games. It just goes on and on the list. And this is just a small number of things that you guys have done. And a personal favourite of mine, of course, was Fuqua Night Lights. And thank you to Rob Stay for doing that. I teach management accounting. I am ridiculously proud of doing so. But I couldn't be more proud to be standing here today in front of you and receiving this honour. Thank you very much.
So at this time, I'd like to invite up Clayton Collins and Zachary Silverman to do the presentation of the class gift.
So we will put an exclamation point in the class gift campaign in a moment, but before we do, we wanted to note that we had a great deal of support from more than 36 of our classmates. We really appreciate your time, your effort, your thoughtfulness, and your creativity in helping to support the class gift campaign and making it successful. Of course, we also want to thank those of you who made a gift this year and who have pledged to make a gift in the years to come. Your generosity will support an enduring Fuqua experience and will help to provide the same experience that we had to classes into the future, the experience that includes the academics, the facilities, the resources, and the opportunities that we've all enjoyed. However, the impact is even greater than that. By participating at such a high rate, you have sent a strong message that you place a high value on the past 2 years and that you have a strong passion about the school. We believe that this message resonates strongly with a broad range of constituencies, including our alumni, prospective students, prospective faculty, and Fuqua's corporate partners. Your participation conveys to these groups that Fuqua is a great place to learn, to teach, and to recruit.
During our 2 years at Fuqua, we each embarked on a very transformational experience. The enthusiasm and dedication that you each showed through the class gift will ensure that future generations of Fuquans will enjoy the same opportunities. It is my honor to share with you that the class of 2012 raised over $35,000 in cash gifts this year and an additional $50,000 in pledges in future years. With over 90% participation in a generous challenge donation by Rick Fox, a Fuqua alum and Fuqua Board of Visitors member. This outstanding participation is over 3 times the involvement seen by previous Fuqua graduating classes. This gift to the Fuqua Annual Fund will help fund such activities as faculty recruitment and retention, scholarships, technology, and international initiatives. On behalf of the daytime class of 2012, we would like to present this check to Dean Bolding to show our class's support for the Fuqua School of Business. Thank you for helping to build a dynamite Fuqua.
Thank you for this phenomenal gift. It is deeply appreciated that you're already thinking about investing in those who will follow you. And now you've given me the problem of I need to find a really big bank to take this check, so thank you.
At this time, I have the esteemed privilege to recognize the class of 2012 class speaker. This individual grew up in the foster care system in the state of Massachusetts. Prior to enrolling in college, he joined the U.S. Army for 3 years. Graduate of University of Massachusetts Amherst, this individual worked in investment management prior to his time at Fuqua. While at Fuqua, this individual was the president of the Asset Management Club. And in addition to that, in his free time, he also runs his own foundation that raises money for foster kids who are trying to embark and go to college. And for me personally, I have to say that this individual, who's a fellow Section 4, anyone who's ever met this individual can tell you that he's probably one of the most genuine people that you will ever meet. Someone that always has a smile on his face and is always willing to help out his classmates. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage our class speaker, Mr. Alex Ambrose.
My friends, there are a lot of people that helped us get to this point today. And I first want to take a moment of silence in recognition of the friends, family members, brothers in arms, and loved ones that cannot be with us today. It's a huge honor to be up here. And I thank you guys for the opportunity to speak on your behalf. I also want to thank all of my friends and family for my support and their support in my life. I could not have done this without you guys. Thank you to my section and my ILE team for being awesome. Thank you particularly to Natira and Sarah for being great friends, to Anshul for saving my life, and to Rob and Jesse for letting me be a small part of Pahibal, and to Professor Bill Mayu for being a great professor. You know, in a few minutes, we're gonna have a chance to walk across this stage and receive our diplomas. No, sorry, these are not our diplomas. This little piece of paper, actually, this is a 25% off coupon to a local restaurant, Applebee's. It's delicious. Yeah? No, that's not true either. I'm sorry. All right. Serious. You guys know I'm a serious person. Kidding aside, I want to make sure I do well by our management communication professors by telling you what I'm going to tell you, tell it to you, and then tell you what I told you. I think that's right. Seriously, I know you guys want the Mancini bottom line up front right now. Team Fuqua, baby. That's it. That's what we're going to talk about here, very briefly. But what does that mean? We are here today because of the people behind you, next to you, and in front of you. And your friends and family got you to Fuqua. Your classmates got you through Fuqua. And it is these two groups, along with the people that you will add to your life when you leave here, who will keep supporting you in your future after Fuqua. Now, there is the stereotypical MBA grad. And then there's what we have come to believe is the Fuqua MBA grad. The stereotype would graduate and then venture into a world thinking only of themselves. How much money they will make, how they will get bigger, better, faster, stronger, and maximize their own lives and have the highest net present value they could possibly earn. But that's not who we are. A Fuqua MBA will be successful and will bring people along with that success. They are a servant leader. They will pay it forward. They will be a kick-butt alum who will help out with informational interviews with some deer-in-the-headlights first year. They won't burn bridges. They will not turn their back on a team, and they won't throw people under a bus. They will prove that stereotype wrong. Now, we do this because we are in part defined by our shared experiences here at Fuqua. Math camp, raise your hands proud. Our sections and ILE teams, living in team rooms, camp out, informational interviews, GATE and GCP trips, case competitions, MBA games, shooters. What am I missing here? Classes, right, sorry, classes. We had to go to these classes all the time. It was very frustrating. I've spoken with the dean about this, and it's a problem we're working on. You know, a lot of our friends and family that are here today, they may not know about the sections into which we are divided, which have created some healthy competition over the last few years. And I want to see if, from the students, I can get some love from some of the individual sections. So I'm not going to go in any particular order, but I'll raise a sign, and when you see your section, please just, raise a ruckus. So let me see what I got. Can I get some love from section 3? Okay, what about section 6? Section 5? Section 2? Section 1? Finally, section 4. Sorry, that may have been a bit biased. Anyways, to close, due to the amazing diversity here at Fuqua, I've had a chance to make friends with people from all over the world, and I just want to say hi to them really quickly. So, to all of my friends from China, 认识你们非常高兴，随时欢迎到我家来做客。To all my friends from Korea, 한국인 친구들 만나서 영원이었습니다. 단 한민국. To my friends from India, अब सबसे मिलके और दोस्ती करके बहुत अच्छा लगा. और आप सब लोग हमेशा मेरा घर my नाम Tratit Hai. Finally, to all my friends from Latin America, Ha sido un placer conocerlos. Siempre serán bienvenidos en mi casa. To the professors, faculty, and administration, to all of our friends, family, and loved ones who have supported us in this amazing journey, we could not have done this without you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Fallon, Mark, and Alex, for those fantastic remarks. Shane, congratulations. I think we may have to retire the elective teaching award. I'm just glad that you're leaving some opportunity in the core space for others. I also want to mention a couple of other award winners on stage here. Jennifer Francis did in fact win. There you are. Jennifer Francis did in fact win the Core Teaching Award this year, which is fantastic. And your own daytime dean, Russ Morgan, won the Student Staff Choice Award. Fantastic. Okay, so it now gives me extraordinary pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker. Our speaker today is David Rubenstein, who is the co-founder, co-CEO, and managing director of the Carlyle Group, a company that has been very much in the public spotlight the past few weeks and year even as it's gone through its IPO. I don't want to spend time talking about what David does or his roles. I'd rather talk about who he is and describe his attributes. And so what are the attributes that describe him? First, I would point to this is someone who is incredibly resilient. In an earlier part of his career, he was the Deputy Assistant to the President for Domestic Policy. This was in the Carter administration. And that role was not actually a real resume builder. If you think about some of the things that we had during the Carter administration, such as a prime rate that reached a record of 21.5%. He is still on good terms with President Carter, and we'll be having dinner with him tonight. But as he left that role, he was not much in demand, one might say. He is also incredibly entrepreneurial. He built the Carlyle company from nothing to greatness. And in doing so, he showed that he's a true innovator. Because in an industry where individual deal-making is celebrated, in that company, he built a culture of collaboration. So he set a new standard, a new model for how business could be done in the world of private equity. He is incredibly generous. He is one of the people who has signed the Giving Pledge, and I don't know if you noticed, but it was just announced yesterday that he's given $15 million to Duke University to support our efforts in entrepreneurship and social entrepreneurship. So many thanks for that. This is someone who is absolutely brilliant, incredibly successful, and yet one of the most humble people I've ever met. His humility is astonishing given his track record of success. But while he is personally humble, he is someone who has a burning ambition to make a difference in the world. He wants to make a difference for Duke University, and we're very lucky that he has that ambition. He wants to make a difference for his country, and he wants to make a difference for the world. In short, this is someone who truly is a leader of consequence, and someone who I gladly welcome to Team Fuqua. David?
Thank you very much, Dean Boulding. I wish my mother were here to hear that, and you are certainly invited to my eulogy. Before I start in the key part of what I wanted to talk about, how many people here who are graduating today are glad they went to Fuqua? Raise your hands. Okay? How many people here never thought you would actually live to see this day? Okay? How many people here supported you? Who are the people here who are the parents, the guardians, the friends, the people that supported you? Would you all raise your hands? Okay? How many of you collectively are wondering how you're going to pay for all this? Okay. How many of you who are graduating today would like to make $100 million? You'd be happy if you made $100 million. 500 million. $1 billion. How many of you want to just change the world and don't care about money? Okay. How many of you just want to chill out and would care about anything right now? Okay. And how many of you don't have a clue what you're going to do at all when you graduate? Anybody? Okay. I was in that category. I sat here exactly on this floor 42 years ago. This place was not air conditioned then. It was 95 degrees, and it wasn't even called Cameron Indoor. It was just indoor then. And I sat here, and I thought the last person who would ever be invited to speak here would be me among my graduating class, because I had no distinctions. The only thing I had done while I was an undergraduate at Duke that distinguished me is I was cut from an intramural basketball team when there were only 4 other players on that team. So, as the dean said, I got very lucky in life, and when I sat here, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I decided I would try to practice law. I practiced law for a while, and what happened was my clients kept saying to me, "Are you sure you want to be a lawyer?" So I got the hint that I really wasn't a good lawyer. I thought I wanted to go into politics. I joined one campaign. It ended 30 days after I joined. I joined President Carter's campaign. He was ahead by 33 points. When I joined, he won by 1 point. But I got a job in the White House. I was 27 years old, became the Deputy Domestic Policy Advisor to the President of the United States, 3 years out of the law school, a job I wasn't qualified for, but President Carter wasn't qualified either, I thought. And as you heard, I managed to get inflation to 19%, mortgage rates to 23%, very difficult to do. And as a result, I failed in practicing law. I wasn't very good in politics, and I wasn't very good in government. So I had to remake my career. And as I began to remake my career, I learned a number of lessons. And what I'm going to do today is give you 10 lessons or 10 rules that I learned in the 42 years since I graduated here that enable me to be invited here today. Now, those of you who hear these 10 rules, this is all you need to know about life. So for those of you who worked hard the last 2 years to learn everything that you're going to learn, you learned at Fuqua, you don't really need to do all that. For those of you who didn't go to class, you didn't miss anything, because everything you need to know, I'm going to tell you right now, okay? Now, there's no tuition refunds, though. Rule number 1, make sure you love what you're doing in life. If you do not love what you're doing, you're never going to be great at it. My mother wanted me to be a dentist. It's a noble profession, but I wouldn't have been good at it. You have to love what you're doing, and you have to be passionate about it. Greatness is achieved by people who are passionate about what they're doing. They don't worry about the money. They don't worry about the professional success. They're passionate about doing something that they think is important. And you have to do that. And to do that, you need to experiment. Nobody knows today, none of you know really what you're going to do and what you're going to do at the end of your career. And 42 years from today, you can't possibly possibly know what you're going to do during your career. You couldn't know. But you need to try many different things. Experiment. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try different things. I didn't start my firm till I was 37 years old. So most of you are younger than I was then. You have time. And do not be afraid of failure. Almost everybody I know who's achieved anything worth doing in life has failed, and failed many times. Do not be afraid to fail. Experiment. Try many different things. Rule number 2, never give up. Never give up. Be persistent. Brilliance is great, but I never hire geniuses. I've hired geniuses before, and every time I've hired a genius, it didn't work out. I don't want geniuses working for me. I want people who are persistent, who don't give up. In my own career, I never took no for an answer. When people tell you no, it should make you want to work harder. Most people who achieve something worthwhile in life were told it was a stupid thing to do when they were trying to do it. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, anybody you might admire, they were told no. You have to persist. Don't take no for an answer. Rule 3. Focus your efforts. You can't do everything at once. Focus, focus, focus. That's the key. Make sure you start very small and focus. Before you try to conquer the world and change the world, focus on one thing. If you're an innovator, start with a small idea, a small company, and focus just on that. If you work in a larger organization, and there's nothing wrong with not being an entrepreneur, working your way up in a company, make yourself indispensable. And you make yourself indispensable by focusing, mastering one area. If you master one area, other things will flow to you. Rule 4, make something happen. It's great to listen to all the rules I've just given you, but if you just sit on the sidelines and watch other people do things, you'll never achieve professional success or the happiness that I think you should want. You need to make something happen. The great rewards in life and in business and entrepreneurial kinds of activities occur to people who make things happen, who are willing to take responsibility. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of taking blame for something. Make something happen. Everything you work on won't happen, but if you don't try to make something happen, nothing will ever happen, and you'll be on the sidelines. Rule 5, learn how to communicate. Most of life is about persuading other people to do what you want. Think about it. Nobody can sit there by themselves and make something happen. You're really trying to persuade other people to do something. Even Albert Einstein, even with his special theory and general theory relativity, he had to persuade other people to accept it. Everybody has to persuade other people to do it. You can persuade other people by your example. You can be George Washington and be a great military leader and persuade people by the demeanor that you have. But for most people, you persuade other people by writing and communicating orally. Learn how to do that effectively. Writing well is not a Twitter message. Learning how to write effectively, the King's English, will make you much more effective in the business world and in life. And learning how to communicate orally by practicing will make you much more persuasive in life and much more effective in communicating. Rule 6, never rest on your laurels. Now today, you have gone through largely the first third of your life. If you live a normal lifespan, you have 2/3 to go. Most of you, it can be said, have won the first third of life. You've got a degree from a very good school. You've got a business degree from a very good school, a great school. Now you have many people who want your services. You are the winners of the first third of life. Think of all the people who don't have the advantages you have. You have an enormous advantage over most of the people in the world. You're graduating today, and you've got a degree from a prestigious school. You're ready to go to work. You're going to try to conquer the world and do something significant. If, when you move forward, you ease up and you rest on your laurels, the remaining 2/3 of your life won't be as successful. So you've been winners of the first third of your life, but if you ease up and you don't work as hard in the remainder of your life as you did to get here, you will have a perhaps nice life, but you won't reach all of your potential. And your goal should be to reach your potential. So never ease up, never sit on your laurels. Now, if you do all the things I've said, I think there are 4 more rules you should worry about. 1, as was mentioned earlier, be humble. The most important people I've ever met are humble. There are many people who are great and they are arrogant, but they shouldn't be your role model. There are some people who do change the world and they're arrogant, but generally people who have really accomplished something are humble, and they admit mistakes, and they have a great deal of humility, and they get much further in life by doing that. And one of the things they do is they share the credit. They say, we, not I. We did this, not I did this. So remember to be humble no matter how great your accomplishments might be. Rule 8, give back. All of you are likely to make more money in your life than you ever expected. All of you are likely to be professionally successful. Even if you don't just try to make money, money is likely to accrue to you. And if you do so, you should give back. But even to those of you who don't make money, you can be philanthropists as well. The word philanthropy is not rich people giving away money. Philanthropy is an ancient Greek word that means loving humanity. And you can love humanity by giving your time, your energy, your ideas, and if you're fortunate to do so, give your money. I pledge to give away the bulk of my net worth before I die. And I want to do that because I feel I have an obligation to my country and to humanity to make the world a better place. And your goal should be not to just make money, but to try to make the world, your community, a better place. And to the extent that you do so, you will feel much better about yourself, and you will have justified your existence on the planet Earth. Rule number 9, develop your reputation. You can develop your reputation over a period of time. As you move forward, your reputation will always go with you. Your reputation will be with you no matter where you go and where you are. People are always going to know about your reputation. And you can destroy that reputation in 5 minutes, though it does take a lifetime to build it. Most importantly, do not be tempted to take shortcuts, particularly on ethics. Your ethical reputation will be the most important thing you carry with you in life. Do not take shortcuts. It isn't worth it. Worry about your reputation, and you will have a much more enjoyable and professionally satisfying life. Rule 10, thank you. The 2 words that are often not used very much are thank you. Now, it's easy to say thank you today, and what I want to do is make sure that in the course of the day, all of you say thank you to the people who made it possible for you to get here today. But it's easy to say thank you just today, but remember to say thank you repeatedly. When my daughter was married not long ago, my son-in-law came up to me and said, "I can't tell you how much I am in love with your daughter." Well, I said, "Well, it's very easy to be in love the day you get married. It's later on that's the trick." So don't just say thank you today, but say thank you to the people who made this possible for years and years into the future. And don't remember in your business life, in your professional life, or in your social life to be courteous and to say thank you. Those 2 words will get you more if you say them meaningfully than probably anything else I've said. Now, there are 2 things I want to close with, and that's this. The most famous sentence in the English language is one that's been in my head for a long time. I am a collector of historic documents. I've bought the Magna Carta and the Declaration of Independence and the Emancipation Proclamation and other documents so that I can put them on display where Americans can see them and realize how proud we should be of the privileges and the rights we have in this country. When he was 33 years old, Thomas Jefferson wrote this sentence: "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." Now, all of you, what you want to do now as you move forward with your life is to pursue happiness, and pursue it in a meaningful way, and to have a fulfilling life, a professionally satisfying life, and to be happy for you and your families. I think that is a worthwhile goal, and I think you should keep that in your mind because this country makes it possible for you to pursue those goals. But another quote I want to conclude with is one that I have had in my mind for quite some time. When I was a young boy, I was mesmerized by the speech that John F. Kennedy gave in his inaugural address on January 20th, 1961. And it's well remembered that he said, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." And that is an important principle, and one I've tried to allude to. But it was actually his ending to me that stayed with me for the rest of my life. And he ended it by saying, "With a good conscience, our only sure reward, with history the final judge of our deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking His blessing and His help, but knowing that here on earth, God's work must truly be our own." You have it within your power to pursue happiness, and no doubt God's work will be achieved if you pursue happiness and you do it in a meaningful way. It is within your power to do so, and I have no doubt that you will achieve God's work on this earth, which is to make sure you have a happy and fulfilling life. Congratulations and thank you.
David, thank you so much for an absolutely fantastic speech, and I just want to make sure everybody heard no tuition refunds. But on behalf of the entire community, we have this small gift of appreciation. So now we transition to recognizing graduates. So Russ?
Thanks, and thank you, David. I'm a little reluctant to go on with I have some very brief comments after hearing David quote Thomas Jefferson and John F. Kennedy, because my first quote today is actually going to be from Dr. Seuss. So I'm going to go ahead and press on with this, though. So I recently came across a Dr. Seuss quote that I thought was appropriate for us to start with, and it seems to capture the paradox of the last 2 years. And the quote is, "How did it get to be so late, so soon?" And it seems like it's been no time since you guys came to campus in August of 2010. So I hope it's been a terrific 2 years for all of you. It certainly has been for me, but this last year has gone by far too fast. One of the greatest compliments that we can hear at Fuqua is one that many of you have said to me recently. In various forums, I've heard you say that your experience was such that you'd love to have a little more time at Fuqua. You're not quite ready to leave. As much as we'd like to have you stay here with us, unfortunately, and given our setting here in Cameron, I'm going to invoke a sports analogy, unfortunately, there's no red shirting in business education. But that's okay. This is your time. You're prepared and ready to go on with the next phase of your life. I have to think that the organizations around the world that you're going to be going to in the near future are going to be better off, because I know we've been better off for having you at Fuqua. So I'd like to thank you for all you've done at this time. No matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I know that whenever I hear your song, Dynamite, I'll think fondly of you. I thought it'd be appropriate to also steal a quote from that song, given how many times you've rallied around it. So against my better judgment, I'm going to press on with this as well. But at first I thought the most appropriate line might be, I throw my hands up in the air sometimes like, but I think for today it's more, we want you to celebrate and live your life. Live well, and we hope that you always remain connected to Fuqua. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge a number of today's graduates. First, for each graduating class, we recognize the top 10% of the class based on their academic achievement. These students are designated as Fuqua Scholars, and these recipients are noted in your program. At this time, would the 2012 Fuqua Scholars please stand to be recognized? Thank you. Second, the students in the graduating class and Fuqua deans nominate and select students for a number of awards based on their contribution to our community. These awards and the recipients are also noted in your program. At this time, can I ask the second-year award recipients to please stand and be congratulated on their achievements? Thank you. It's now time to individually recognize each of our graduates. Please note, as Alex did previously, that the actual diplomas will be distributed tomorrow at the Fox Student Center. So they will be distributed after the university-wide commencement exercises. Today, we want each of our graduates to come forward and be recognized and congratulated by Dean Boulding and David Rubenstein. Gentlemen, would you please come forward? Congratulate these students. At this time, I'd like to ask Jim Bettman, the Burlington Industries Professor of Marketing and Director of our PhD program, to come forward and read the names of our graduating PhD students.
Hyunsub Kim. Jason Michael Taylor Roos.
Thank you, Jim. I'd now like to ask Liz Riley Hargrove, our Associate Dean of Admissions, to step forward and please read the first half of the names of our graduating MBA students. She will be assisted by Cheryl Dirks, Associate Dean of Career Management, for reading the second half of the names. I'd also like to ask Jennifer Francis, our Senior Associate Dean for Programs, to come forward and congratulate these graduates, and Shane DeColey, an Associate Professor of Accounting and your elective Teacher of the Year, to congratulate them.
Mark Russell Stern. Alexander Emmett Ambrose. Clayton Andrew Collins. Zachary Matthew Silverman. Hatim Abdo. Latif Adeyinka Akinyemi. Eric Blake Alder. All right. Okay. Marcel Aldomar Gelon. Nicholas Charles Alexander. Alphonse. Craig Alfoz. Miguel Alarcon. Jorge Luis Amador. Porvi Umin. Mohammed Yassin Amrani. Christopher Michael Aniston. Justin Grant Andrew. Yeah. All right. Teki Datobo Andrew Juja. Svetlana Adrianova Fisher. Judith Anido. Juan Arciniegas Ruada. Abi Aurora. Gary Artinian. Preeti Arya. Emmeline Mariam Avicki, also graduating with a degree from the Duke University School of Medicine. Hadass Avenery. Oh, Justin. Jason Bailey. Beth Bafford. Daniel Ballum. Rico Beans. Natira Blue. Don't have to say them. Eddie Bro. Kenneth Luke Beasley. Basil like that. Bradley Allen Basil. Ponkantima Bonsong. Nicole Lee Beiser. Russell Edward Bloodward III. Aaron Daniel Boak. Gregory Michael Bordees. Malik Burnett, also graduating with a degree from the School of Medicine. Thomas Cecil Burke, Jr. Darren Allen Buskirk. Ramadevi Bailapudi. Denise Kalizaya. Elizabeth Culverhouse Callahan. Stephen Thomas Callahan. David Joseph Cardillo. Ryan Kendrick Casey. Joseph Patrick Campion. Aaron Tyler Campbell. Daniel Miguel Cervantes. Apurva Harish Chandra. Grace Mingyi Chang, also graduating with a degree from the Sanford School of Public Policy. Pavan Kumar Chilikuri. Elin Xiao Chen. Jonathan Chen. Tia Chen. Yanyan Chen. Chen Chen. Jennifer Ann Chin, also receiving a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Benjamin Cho. Hung Jae Cho. Kevin Choi. Young Keel Choi. Farad Chaudhary. Jun Chung. Alan Ward Sarasani, Jr. Jining Deng. Mary Frances Christopher. James Leo Constantine. Fabiano Rodolfo Cardille. Gustavo Feria Lima. Gustavo Hipolito Bachion. Victor Rodriguez de Brito Neves. Rafael Tostes Bochat. Flavio Campos. Andre Andreole. Daniel Duvale. Brian Chesnick. Kersey McKinney, contractor. Darian Covelins. I can do this one. Diane Elizabeth Danforth. Ankur Datta. Anil Ashu Daswani. Ashish Dawan. Jonghan Do. Rebecca Maria Driscoll. Dhananjay Dwivedi. Chidi Ervin Enrique. Kevin Donald Everson. Michael Ferguson. Joel Curtis Finley. Daniel Flack. Jessica Ann Fleesick. Brianna Elizabeth Falk. Scott Evan Freifeld. Scott J. Frommer. Michael Dawson Frenzel. Felipe Frechel Fernandez. You can do this one. Michael Edward Dolan. Jaime Ruben Garcia. Walker Devor Gorham. Kevin Graves. Felipe Diber. Edgardo Fuenzalida.
It's just like it sounds.
Enrique Fernandez de la Puebla Otamendi. Jorge Alberte Aces. Diego Justo Revilla. Alejandro Franco Uguidos. Bassam Ahmed Fawad. Okay. Josh Fine Helfman. Gopriya Dillon. Catherine Zagorski Freund. Misa Laura Fujimura Fansalo. Sherilyn Latrice Fields. Kendall Lamont Felder. Daniel Joseph Gadino. Kathy Fang. Paul Gallegos. Joshua Bruce Garner. Daniel Aaron Gaynor. Erica Jean Gellerman. Thomas Edmund Gettin. Patrick Joseph Gleason. David Luis Godino Santos. John Patrick Gobel. Jennifer Lynn Gomez. Jessica Rose Harris, also completing a degree with the Sanford School of Public Policy. Stella Gonzalez Fehil Mohome. Alon Gorbanos. Christopher Patrick Gornick. Vanessa Granados. Alex Marshall Gutler. Timothy Ryan Hall. Mark James Halling. Matthew Francis Hannon. Joseph Brendan Horrigan. Joshua Ha. Sangguan Wang. Eileen Guo. Laura Bowers Highlanday. John Darrell Hart. Christopher Helton. Dave Frederick Henning. Alicia Hummel. Neil Frederick Hildebrand III. Mark Stephen Hoffman. John Patrick Higgins. Emily Braden Jordan. Allison Marie Kidder. Philip Dean Johnston. Matthew Sumner Harris. Neil Andrew Hollenbeck. Congratulations. Kevin Lorne Howson. Ohad Haggai. Aju Joseph John. Leandro Do Carmo Iwase. Jessica Lynn Harris. Carolyn Elizabeth Ford. Javidi. Timothy Derek Javadi. Catherine Porter Hunter. Chad Jabari Harris. Karina Hilton Spiegel, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Corinne Melville, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Will Faderhans, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. I somehow think this was planned. Robert Glenn Curry, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Let's do one more. John Patrick Reeves, also graduating from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Andrew Sean Norafshin, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Michael Nolan, graduating from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Timothy Ryan Dirtsbaugh, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Angela Mitsuko Vasconcelos, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Deborah Ann Bleisblatt, also receiving a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Courtney D. LaRue, also receiving a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Nicholas Charles Brumleve, also graduating with a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Jessie Lara Margolis, also receiving a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Sangeetha Balal, also receiving a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Andrew Warwick Dietrich, also graduating from the Nicholas School of the Environment. Michael Edward Kroon, receiving a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment as well. Gergely Naimet, receiving a degree from the Nicholas School of the Environment as well. Okay. Simon James Jennings. Paul Kazansky. Catherine Taylor Kane. Swaroop Rao Katuri. Justin Ryan Kilgore. Youngju Kang. Hideyuki Kondo. Mingming Gu. Thank you. Congratulations. Daoying Hu. Robert Yang Wang. Dan Wang. Lu Han. Chuan Ho. Oscar Andres Giaverni. Lanre Youssef Jimoa, also graduating with a degree from the Duke University School of Medicine. Jasmeet Kalra. Maggie Meow Meow G. Jonathan Kim Hong. Pulkit Keria. Ayush Khanna. Christopher John Carney. Kevin Michael Cardell. Daniel Robert Kors. Chunhui Zhang. I can do this. Kimberly Blair Lambert. Erin Marie Landry Wilson. Bill Land. Peter Lamar. Ravid Lazinski. Christopher Lammy. Guillermo Leandro. Andrew Gerard Lecoq. Walfredo Bernard Leon. Amora Laputican. Jessica Ann Silver. Ori Lev, also graduating from the Duke University School of Law. Margie Ling. Pan Lee. Yunmi Lee. Sa Lee. Yuchen Lee. Ja Lin. Chong Lu. Yu Lu. Mingming Liu. Brittany Aaron Lockhart. Manli Lu. Roy Luo. Herman Lucero.
Yi Ma. Russell Scott Macbeth. Simeon Angelo Madrid. Siddharth Lunawat.
Fabio Maeda.
Fabio Maeda. Joseph Peter Marr. Joseph Price Mancini. Harold Lloyd Mann, Jr. Jeffrey Aaron Markman.
Juan Pablo Maul Fonseca.
Juan Pablo Maul Fonseca. Nicolas Maya.
Ikena C. Mbanafo.
Ikena C. Mbanafo. Michael Edward McCarthy.
Thank you, guys.
Peter Menachem. Matt. Shika Mehta. Dimitri Michaelides. Lindsay Colleen Stanley Michaelides.
Montero Costa.
Bernardo Montero Costa. Angela Michael Morris. Lauren Christy Morse. Sarah Elizabeth Mountcastle. Kelly Ann Monroe.
Emike Vivian Odior.
Emike Vivian Odior.
Tiffany Harika.
Tiffany Harika Mitsui. Shelly Kamani Morris. Marina Winetta Woodruff. Ziad Mahmoud Muhammad. Stephen Edward Moses VI. Hudson Philip Blake Moore. Sunil Nambiar. Ravi Nagar. Sumesh Nair. Nathan Narayana.
Sonkla.
Pinna Sonkla. Francis James Neal III.
Right, you practice that one.
Anne Nawere Juki. Pio Pew No. Felipe Novoa Zagers. Cameron Shane Nutter. Alfonso Olias. Openyeme Adewumi Onibokan. Joseph Ryan Ornelas. Luis Orozco. Tony Paladinetti. Anuj Deepak Patel.
Janvi Bharatbhai.
Not Patel. Do you not want Patel? Okay. Janvi Bharatbhai Patel.
She just says Jaggi Nat Patel.
Jaggi Nat Patel. Samir Patel. Jason Patton. Jonathan Darrell Patterson. Joshua Samuel Polsky. Wimon Pongmorakat. Allison Cobb Poole. Matthew Douglas Portner. Rushikesh Pattar.
Karthi Purushothaman. Say that again. Karthi Purushothaman.
Karthi Purushothaman. Ekaterina Powers. Holly Deanna Presley. Skip Purcell. Anshuman Purahit. E. Gloria Chow. Ali John Radfer. Christian Marius Radicanu. Christina Ildiko Rausch. Daniel John Reese. Sergio Rios Junquera. Carl Roger. Gabriel Espizarro Rodriguez. Nermis Rosario. Maria Ann Ruato, also receiving a degree from the Sanford School of Public Policy. Reina Sabu. John Andrew Sadlow. Ruslan Sadriv. Asher Ali Safi. Scott Christopher Sanford. Matthew Allen Schreibeis. Atika Segal. Nikin Talak Shah. Neha Sharma. Andrew Nearing Sharpen. Jeffrey Arthur Sheldon.
Tell him we're going to wait a little while longer.
Michael Clinton Walker. Alan Shum. Jay Schroff. Laura Diane Shires. Abhijit Singh. Anshul Singh. Mukesh Singhal. Siraran Sintadnapagan. Eric Daniel Soshi. Sway Song.
We can do this one. I think we can do this one.
Kenneth Brandon Lamar Stanford. Bernadette McFadden Stout. David Suisa. Garrett W. Stiles.
Thagan Janawanit.
Sarat Thagan Janawanit. Benjamin Strudwick Thomas, also receiving a degree from the Sanford School of Public Policy. Carol Kirilov Trakov. Benjamin Trader. Alexis Cecile Trevino. Fernando Trueba Grease. Ashish Tuli. Ozge Uanik. Sarah Anna Varki.
Congratulations.
Rishi Vasudeva. Krishna Gopal Vemparala. Robert Boynton Stay. Andres Vergara. Ravi Verma. Lori M. Wallace. John Bernard Wendell. Adam Oliver Whiting. Brett Michael Wilson. Omer Winkler. Mecca Lynette Williams. Anthony Warren Ware. Andrea Elizabeth Wilson, also receiving a degree from the Sanford School of Public Policy. Bradley Patrick Sawchuk. Ramya Venkateswaran. Margaret Logan Pulverman. Amy Elizabeth Snyder. Joanne Elizabeth Sprague. Duke Wong. Jean Wong. Ray Yu. Nancy Yoon. Yunping Sheng. Giselina Yapor. Heng Dina Zhou. Junji Yumoto. Remu Sugita. Juno Wang or Wong? Donald Wong. Peiling Wong. Liang Wu. Balaji Srinivasan. Clyde Eugene Stunson Jr. Alan Sharifker. Christian Patino Webb. Whitney Ward Melford. Sajal Udani. Sarah Andress Walcott. Edwin Marks Woodward. Ray Shu.
Jimmy Wei-Chuan Shu. Jimmy Wei-Chuan Shu.
Jimmy Wei-Chuan Shu. Justin Donald Weeks. Shabam Yadav. Sarah Yahyaoui. Youngju Yang. Salamao Jing Yang. Dean Yep.
Dmitry Yermolayev.
Dmitry Yermolayev. Brian Hatun Viet Yokley. Lindsay Ann Zane. Catherine Riley Zabrick. C. Jim. Man Zhang Vivian. Lakai Zhang. Lin Zhang. Zingyi Yang. Yiwei Cao. Phoebe Zheng. Isu Zhou. Xiaotong Zhu. Stasha Zlatar. I think I can manage. Peter Stephen Judge. Chong Im. Sungkook Ji. Sungyoung Kim. Sunghyo Kim. Chitipol Kitchalern. Deok Ko. Ji Myung Kim. Dong Hyun Kim. Young Kwon Kim.
Krieger, don't say Krieger. Krieger, Robert Lawrence Krieger.
Robert Lawrence Krieger. Devinder Reddy Kantala. Ayo Kuyanu. No. Olgan Kukresh. Dora Quo. Karen Lou Quo. Craig Stewart Kronberg. Esteban Jaramillo. Ivan Kotsev. Shobha Gurunathan. Aditya Devarakonda. Sayanta Datta.
Gurmeher Singh Grewal.
Gurmeher Singh Grewal. Kinjal Gandhi. Akhil Gupta.
Sarv Kotandara.
Say the last name.
I'm sorry.
Sarv Kotandarandaman.
You want the last name? Oh, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Rishab Jain.
So it may be redundant at this point to say congratulations to the graduating class of 2012, but it does bear saying again. Congratulations. So just a few more things before we begin the celebration back at the Fox Center. I wanted you to think back to the days when you began the program and you were back in the Global Institute. You're taking Global Institutions and Environment. You're taking Leadership Ethics and Organization. And in your Leadership Ethics and Organization course, known as LEO, Rick Larrick is actually curious whether you remember reading about ideas that stick. Oh, okay. So I wanted to leave you with one last sticky idea, at least I hope it's sticky, which is as you go forward in the world, I want you all to think of yourselves as chewing gum. Now, you may not think of that as very inspirational, but if you think of yourselves as chewing gum, you might avoid certain things that are pretty dangerous. First of all, never, ever allow yourself to be irrelevant. Because if you're irrelevant and you're chewing gum, you're going to be left stuck under a desk or a chair. Never give up your persistence and toughness. Because if you do, you will be chewed up and spit out. So those are not very pleasant things to think about. But it's also the case that chewing gum has incredible properties. Chewing gum allows you to fill in the gaps. So be the people who always fill in the gaps when there's something that needs to be done. That's the kind of thing that will get you noticed. Be the substance that brings people together and binds them around common purpose. Maintain your flexibility as you go through the next 2/3 of your life and are faced with many, many challenges. Have the resilience of chewing gum in that you can be chewed and chewed and chewed, and yet you can regain your shape. And so, please, do think of yourselves as chewing gum, and never, ever lose your Fuqua flavor. Okay, with that, I'd like to thank a few different people again. So David, thank you so much for an absolutely terrific commencement address. I'd like to again thank the faculty and staff for all they do to make this an incredible place. They are a critical part of Team Fuqua. And I'd like to repeat my thanks to the friends and family who are here, as well as those that cannot be here. And I'd like to express my appreciation for two things. One is, thank you for sharing all of these incredible people with us, because they are absolutely phenomenal, and I know it's hard to part with them. But the second thing is, thank you for supporting them, because they never could have accomplished what they've done here and what they've done that led them to here without your support. So many, many thanks to all of you. This is the part where you can. Lastly, I want to thank the graduates. You have done astonishing things in your time at Fuqua. You have changed our lives, and you have certainly changed our lives for the better. As I told you before, I do ask that you don't forget us. I do ask that you stay connected, but I also ask that you now share your gifts with the world. You are the people who will change the world, who will improve the human condition. So I thank you for everything that you've done in terms of making us better, and I thank you in advance for everything that you will do to make the world a better place. The last thing is, if I could ask the graduates to please stand. If we could, one last time, at least publicly, acknowledge an incredible group of people. And if I could ask those of you in the audience to remain seated until all of us have recessed out of Cameron Indoor Stadium, and I'll see you all over in the Fox Center to continue the celebration. Thank you.
Let's do repeats.
Produced by Duke University. Online at duke.edu.